Hi once again everyone, Eric here, and let's do an early afternoon update right at 2 p.m. It's turned out to be a pretty cloudy day as expected. Here's a live look outside, Window World weather camera, Columbiana on the traffic circle, and here's 680 just outside of Youngstown. A lot of salt on the roads, but the roads are dry this afternoon. It, of course, is cold outside, better than yesterday at least. 15 in Sharon, 15 in Boardman, 15 in Sandy Lake, and a 14 in Lisbon. And while it's not as windy as yesterday, enough of a breeze to create a wind chill in the single digits this afternoon. Now, our storm arriving tonight doesn't look like much right now, but I expect precipitation to break out over the next several hours down to our south and west, and it will head our way as we go into the night tonight. The snow comes in this evening, around mid to late evening. Here's 9 p.m., still not a lot around, and then here it comes for a few hours. Notice that pink that went flying by. That's our zone of mixed precipitation or ice that we do expect between roughly 3 and 5 or 6, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. Everything should turn over to just plain rain, though, as we go towards the mid to late morning and into the afternoon on your Saturday. Now, this is the worst case scenario when it comes to ice, this particular model right here. I think this is the maximum that we could see. We're talking 1/10 of an inch to perhaps upwards of 1/4 of an inch in some spots. 1/10 of an inch or less, generally not too problematic. Once you get up to 0.15, 0.2, and 1/4 of an inch of ice, then you typically start running into some problems. And that possibility of a little additional ice is why a winter storm warning is out for Mercer and Lawrence, and a winter weather advisory, which is a lower tier warning, is in effect for Columbiana, Mahoning, and Trumbull. There's a higher chance of more freezing rain for a longer period of time in western Pennsylvania as opposed to eastern Ohio. And again, all of this is coming actually at a favorable time. Not a lot of people are out on the roads on a Saturday morning at 4 or 5 a.m. But if you happen to be one of those people who does need to head off to work early tomorrow morning, we're going to have to watch for some slick travel. Now, again, that map I showed you, I think, is the worst case scenario. I think more realistically, a lot of us end up with about 1/10 of an inch of ice accretion. When you get up to 1/10 of an inch, sure, there can be some slick roads and maybe here and there some isolated utility interruptions, but this is not going to be an ice storm for most people. This is not the kind of thing that's going to bring down a lot of tree limbs and cause them to interrupt power and that sort of thing. I don't think that's the case. Now, that said, as more information comes in this afternoon and this evening, stay up on the latest forecast because we'll keep you up to date throughout the rest of the day today. If things change, we'll be the first to let you know. And on a live edition of Weather for Weather Geeks on my Facebook page this evening, we'll, of course, talk about the latest model trends the entire weekend, including how much snow will occur before that ice, and the week leading up to Christmas. Lots to talk about next week as we get set for the holiday in just 9 days. That's this evening on Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll do that around 7:45 to 8 o'clock. I'll see you then. Have a great Friday. Check out my forecast tonight, 21 News at 6 and 11.